Hey everybody, this is Brian with Brian's Auto and Diesel Repair. Today we are going to do an oil change on a Ford F150 3.0 diesel. Now you can apply this oil change to any vehicle if you're doing an oil change. This is basically teaching you what to look for, what to do when you're doing an oil change on a diesel, but you can apply this to almost any truck. So I hope you enjoy the video. I hope it helped you, and y'all have a great day. Bye. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add washer fluid to the washer bottle. Usually you'll have a wiper, what looks like a windshield mark on the top of the cap, and we're going to fill that sucker up. Okay, so as you can see, our washer fluid is full. You always want to use washer fluid, because if you use just regular water and it freezes over or it gets cold, below freezing, it'll bust your tank. So don't never put regular water in here or it'll bust your tank, because water expands when it freezes and it'll destroy anything in its way. So there's our washer fluid. We got it full. All right guys, we are under this truck. You want to find your drain plug. Ours happens to be right there, and the size of this one, if you're doing this style truck, is a 15mm wrench. And if you're not working on a truck like this and this happens to be another car that you're doing an oil change on, just make sure you're getting the size right on your drain plug and don't strip it. So this one's a 15, so always make sure your wrench is right. Don't strip your bolt. And we are going to drop this oil. All right, as you can see, we got the oil draining. It's draining down. You get a little dirty doing this, but there's our bolt. So we're going to let this drain, and we're going to move on to something else while this is draining. Okay, this is the brand oil we're using. We're using the Mobil one, and it's the 540. I think they're going to stop making it. I'm not sure, but anyways, 540. But always look up what weight oil your car calls for. Now if you're in a hotter climate, I would recommend going a little bit heavier on the oil, but that's up to you, and I would look it up in your book before doing anything. So but anyways, on this truck, it's SAE 540 Mobil 1, and it's 6.5 quarts we'll be putting in it. We're going to do our fuel filters first. Very important on a diesel to do your fuel filters every service, because diesel is such a dirty fuel, and these engines are so sensitive that you want to replace your fuel filters every oil change. And if you don't do that, you're going to run into problems with injectors in the long run, because they've taken stuff out of diesel fuel that should have never been taken out of. Anyways, the Wix filter for this 3.0 diesel, here's your number right here if you are doing an oil change on this particular vehicle. And it comes with two fuel filters. It comes with this one, which is on the bottom, and it comes with this one, which is on the top of the motor. This filter first, so I'm going to show you how to do this filter. Let me get my light real quick. Hold on. So on this filter, you got, let me turn this light down a little. There we go. You got this, here we go. You got this yellow clip right here. You have to pull it out. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. You will pull back on it. See, I'm pulling back, and that unlocks it. And then it should come right off. Okay, let me get it off because I need two hands, and then I'll show you everything. Okay, also you're gonna need let me find that. All right guys, see, look, you want this arrow, I don't know if you can see it, there's an arrow right here. You want it facing the driver's side when installing this. Okay, so it's gonna look just like this. Let me get my light real quick. Okay, so it's gonna go right like that. That black part with the rubber is it's made for that metal strap. So that's how it's gonna look. You're gonna plug this in, then you're gonna plug this in. Make sure you lock this in place or it'll pop off on you. So make sure you lock this back whenever we put it back. But that's how you do the fuel filter on the top. And by the way, the oil filter is right down here in the middle of the engine. We'll be doing that next. I'll show you it. Using my Icon set, and it is literally a Allen number 5mm Allen. And I love this little set, man. Really good set. They don't pay me nothing to promote it, but good set. Guys, this is the bottom fuel filter. It is the same socket, so you're going to use a 32 half-inch drive, and I'm going to show you where it's at if I can find it. It's been a while since I've done this truck, so gotta find it. Here it is. So it's in front of the fuel tank. Shit, let me turn this camera around. It's in front of the fuel tank here, and well, we got to pull these two bolts and those two bolts there. Take this shield off, and we'll have access to this. Now remember, it's 32mm, and there's a drain right here where you can drain it. Let me show you. You want to go ahead and drain it. See that? Okay, I'm gonna put a pan under it. We're gonna drain it, take this plate off, take the filter out, and then we'll bring the video back up. Let me show you. So as you can see, we got the fuel draining, the fuel filter on the bottom. It's right underneath the driver. I don't know if I mentioned that, but right under the driver, on the driver's side, is where your fuel filter is. Make sure you take that plate off, and you're gonna use your 32mm socket to take it off. And the only thing you want to make sure is that you tighten this filter all the way. If there's so much as a little bit of a crack, it will pull air through it and you'll run into big problems. So make sure this filter is tight when you put it back on and in the right position. That's the only thing you got to do. All right, so what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm getting in the computer, and I'm gonna go to engine, continue. It's loading up. Oh, hold on, I gotta turn the key on. Okay, key's on. Let's turn this music down. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to functional test, special functions, oops, back that out, output controls, fuel pump. See the fuel pump right there? Let me turn this AC off real quick. So on my scanner, we'll select fuel pump. Key is on and engine is off. We verified that. Now what we'll do is we'll turn the fuel pump on. We've got the fuel pump on right now, and we're going to let it run. We're just going to let it run and get all the air out of the system. So typically I would say about, man, I want to say about at least 2 minutes, or no, at least a minute. Let it run. And what we're doing is getting all the air. Next, we are going to clean our air filter because it's reusable. But if it's not reusable, you just replace the air filter. So this one's pretty dirty, but it can be cleaned, so we're going to clean it. So we got our air filter done. It's sitting out here in the sun and drying. Like I said, it takes about 30 minutes. It may not take that long today because it's super hot outside here in Texas. So yeah, just let this sucker dry a little while, man, and you'll charge it with this other spray they have. It's an oil spray that you just give it a quick spray, and it helps it lubricate the air filter and keep it charged up. So anyways, that's done, so we'll move on to the next step. Okay, the oil filter is going to be a 32mm socket you'll need to get it off. Get you a little extension, that way you have a little room here, and put it on that 32. And I usually use 1/2-inch drive because these are on pretty tight and are a lot easier to get off with a bigger ratchet. So 1/2-inch drive, 32mm socket, and a little short extension and a ratchet should help you out on this. We're about to take this filter off. All right, we got the key on. We're going to try and start it. Here we go. Okay, it started up, but if it dies on us, then we'll have to re-bleed the system. So we're gonna sit here for a second and see if it dies on us, which it hasn't. So you see the oil change light, service soon light is on. We're gonna reset that. We'll go to vehicle. We'll go to, okay, hold on. Okay, settings maybe. We'll go to settings, then we go to advanced settings, vehicle, oil life reset. You see that? Oil life reset, we hit that. We hold OK down. Now it's 100%. So now we're at 100% on our oil. And that's it on that. Truck's still running, so it should be good. We're gonna drive it around the block once everything's done. All right, looking at this brake fluid, we're checking the brake fluid reservoir. It's usually closest to the driver on the driver's side, right in front of the driver here. And you see the fluid is not, it's not low, but it's not completely full. So what that indicates is we need to check the brakes on this truck and make sure they're not wearing down. And because that's a sign of a brake job if it gets too low, especially if it gets down on min. So you never lose brake fluid. You never should lose brake fluid. If it's low, that's an indication that you need your brakes done. Do not add brake fluid if it's low. You need to check and see if it needs a brake job. Okay? So you do not use it unless there's a major leak somewhere. Okay, so it should always have fluid in it. All right, guys, we're gonna do a review. We checked our tires, the air pressure in the tires, and hold on, let me get my stuff together. Okay, we did the air pressure in the tires. We did our battery. We serviced our battery. We filled our washer fluid. We filled our oil. Our fuel filter got done. Our oil filter, which is under here, it's tight, it's not leaking. We checked the coolant level, it was good. We cleaned the air filter. Air filter's clean, ready to go. Everything's buckled up. We pushed our button on the reset. We checked the brakes. The brakes look like they could have gone a little bit longer, but the customer wants to go ahead and do the brakes. So then my next video is going to be a set of brakes on this F150 3.0 diesel. So you get a bonus today. There'll be another video about brakes. We did our fuel filter underneath. We made sure our drain plug is tight. Always make sure your drain plug, that's the most important thing. I've done a few motors where they left it loose and it came undone and let all the oil out of the truck. So make sure that plug is always tight. Fuel filter's done. We reset our oil change light if your vehicle has that. And now we'll drive it around the block, make sure it drives good, make sure the front end don't feel anything, see if we feel anything, and then we're going to bring it back in and do the brakes. So I hope this video helped you out. It will really help you out in any kind of car, any kind of oil change, but it's particularly for this F150 3.0 diesel. So I hope it helped you out. If you have any questions, just write a comment and I'll get back with you. Everybody have a wonderful day and stay cool and stay thirsty. Have a good one.